Remember when we were told that the COVID vaccine did not have DNA and that only crazy people would suggest such a thing? Well, a new study proves that not only does the COVID vaccine have DNA, but also it has the potential to enter cells and stick around in the body. The author of the study joins us. Dr. David Speicher is a Canadian microbiologist. He says Redacted is the best place to tell this story because big pharma shills are trying to get his paper retracted. So let's discuss this. Now, Dr. Speicher, your study only refers to the mRNA vaccines by Pfizer and Moderna. So can you please explain it and what it means to have DNA in a vaccine and how it sticks around in the body?
Hey, it is so nice to be here. I've had so many silence myself based on how I talk, my science, and this is clearly pharma. This is clearly pharma fraud that's being exposed. There is DNA inside lipid nanoparticles being transfected into our own cells. And we're told this is not bioactive. It's no big deal. Well, it's been known since 1999. If you take a DNA fragment attached to a SV40 enhancer, insert it into a cell, such as in a lipid nanoparticle, it will enter the cell's nucleus and integrate into the genome of that cell.
So you're talking about how the public was not given informed consent about something that would stay in the body. What the official narrative is, yes, there's DNA. It came from certain components. That's not a big deal. The body will metabolize it, and that's the end of story. So tell us, just in maybe us normies, what that means about the COVID vaccine still in your body however long later.
So it's been shown there is spike made up to 704 days post-vax, and that's only possible if the mRNA is still there, and I think, and it needs to be shown, is that the DNA in the COVID shots into our cells is being transfected and then into our genome somewhere, and so it's not non-bioactive. It's not this no big deal thing. It's something that's very important. Pfizer are intentionally used a gene therapy plasmid in their shot.
Right. And so this can't be something like, oops, we didn't know that. You're making components of a vaccine. I mean, we do know that the mRNA technology was not used before the COVID vaccines. it is being used in upcoming vaccines for, say, cancer and things like that. Even though, in the U.S., the HHS has put a pause on that.
That's right.
Is there any benefit of the doubt we can offer Pfizer and Moderna that they thought, oops, this sticks around longer and we didn't know it would do that?
Well, I don't think they knew. What
Okay.
concerns me is that on the approval by the FDA, they said we don't know the full extent of the harms or the benefits until we give this to people.
Okay. Making us the clinical trials,
Exactly.
even though they pretended they had clinical trials. Okay.
Of 250 patients in the process two method, and so it's a complete bait and switch on the side of Pfizer.
Exactly. So, what you're asking for is proper regulatory action, which we did not get. I mean, that sounds like such a big ask because of corruption in the pharmaceuticals, which they don't want to do that. So,
No,
is that a pipe dream?
I think what's key is to have transparent, informed consent, access to information and data, and stop silencing physicians and scientists who show the data as it is.
So, tell me about some of the pushback to your paper then and how they want to retract it.
So there's a big team out there under the umbrella of Pub Peer, aka Pub Smear, and it's basically funded and supported through a group called Retraction Watch. And we've learned that it's basically pharma investors paying people to help rip apart any paper that does not support the big pharma narrative.
Thanksgiving is just a couple weeks away, ladies and gentlemen, which is still enough time to get rid of that turkey neck, sagging neckline, and get compliments around the dinner table. If you haven't tried Genucel's breakthrough neckline lift with MDL technology, you need to pick up the phone or go to Genucel.com right now to find out more about it. If you order today, Genucel will include their immediate effects for results you can see in just 12 hours. And for Thanksgiving, Genucel's offer gets better. You get the top-selling Genucel Deep Firming Vitamin C Serum included in the Essentials package. You'll give thanks this holiday for 10 years off your appearance, and everyone will see the difference. Guaranteed 100% or your money back. That's the Genucel promise. So go to Genucel.com/redacted. One more time, that's Genucel.com/redacted. And from now until Thanksgiving, you'll also get their brand new Gua Sha massager with red light therapy to amplify your results. Also, shipping is free. One more time, head on over to Genucel.com/redacted. Well, I guess that's not surprising.
No.
Who would benefit from retracting a paper like this? You know, obviously an investor. Yeah.
Yep.
But who would benefit if we learn this and then actually give the public informed consent? Well, there's no profit in that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And
what do you
two,
think this means for the human body then, if you have this inside of you? I mean, I know there are technologies of people looking into removing this in various ways. We've had people like that on the show, but how does this show in pathology, do you think? Because that's not really what your paper is, so I'm asking you to speculate, but what do you think this actually means in the real world?
in our work, we've looked at bears, and bears just shows the short-term risk and harm caused by vaccines. Well, what we don't know is the long-term effect and harm caused by these shots. And I don't think that we will know in our lifetime or our kids' lifetime the full extent of harm caused by these. We're saying rises is in things like cancers, and so that's partially caused by it. But yeah, and two, we know spike is toxic, lipid nanoparticles are also toxic, except until we can measure spike well and rightly, all of our current detox methods are purely speculative, and so
Right.
are people getting better? Sure, except is the spike level actually going down? Is it staying the same? Is it going up? And we can't tell unless it's properly being measured.
Right. So one of the things your paper says is that there are higher levels of DNA that in some cases hundreds of times higher than current regulatory guidance allows. So I guess I didn't previously know that there was an allowance and that this went over. How does that happen?
In 1986, the limit was 10 picograms per dose. In 1996, it was changed to 10 nanograms per dose, except it's for short fragments of naked DNA, which means DNA that is not inside a lipid nanoparticle. And it's because if it is naked DNA injected into the site, it falls apart very easily. In inside a lipid nanoparticle, it's basically shielded, and and it's being injected directly into the cells.
I mean, I guess it's infuriating, but how do you think? I'm thinking of the arc of the narrative here is
Yep.
that when the COVID vaccine was launched, anyone who said that there is DNA in this vaccine was called a crazy person. How did those people know early, do you think? And then how do we reconcile where we are now?
Well, I think now the evidence is building up tremendously to show these shots are not safe, or are they effective at doing as they're intended to. They are safe in the vial and they're effective at causing harm.
Is there anything else that we missed in going over this great paper? Anything else you'd like to add?
Retraction Watch is publicly funded. It's a charitable donation, and therefore if you donate there, your funds help support things like getting actual science pulled.
Well, it's a shocking paper. Again, I will put the screenshot up. It is publicly available, so you can download it. It's not behind a paywall. And I really appreciate you coming on Redacted to tell us about it. I want to suggest that you follow Dr. David Speicher on X and read his paper. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
It's been a pleasure to be here, and thank you for this time.
The pleasure is all mine.